When I first met Uncle Murda, I first got introduced to him. I didn't meet him like regularly. Somebody introduced us or nothing. Uncle Murda used to be downtown a lot, over there by like 42nd Street, hanging out on 42nd, the Deuce, in that area. So he used to be down there a lot. And I had a studio connect that I still go to. I haven't been to him in a while, but that's a dude that I still look at his name, Boom. Uncle Murda used to go see him. He was an engineer, and it was a studio right there, like on 43rd, I believe, in 8th Ave. And back then we used to go down there, and I used to see him. Down there, I'm walking with this girl that I know, and as I'm walking with her, she like, oh shit, that's Uncle Murda. I'm like, oh yeah, that's Uncle Murda. I be seeing him a lot. But he was with a girl. And I remember the girl must have gave him jeans or something. I remember Balmain's was out and he was holding the jeans in the air. He was like, oh, these are some fly jeans, whatever. She must have got him something or he pulled them out, whatever. So I seen him holding in the air, talking to the girl. And I wasn't rude or disrespectful or nothing. I said, let me wait. You know, I want to ask him to see how much he charged for a verse. And I was young this time. I was 24 years old, 25, at the time. And I just felt like I wanted to ask him for a verse. This is before pre-G Unit. He wasn't a part of G Unit. I think him and Mano was doing the tapes at the time. And I believe that this the time that it was kind of slow. They slowed down. I don't think a tape dropped. And everybody, they were just doing their own thing. So when I seen him, I approached him. But I waited first till he was talking to the girl. I let him talk. And then when things slow down, I say, yo, Murda, what's going on? My name's Spitfire. And I introduced myself. Boom. Yo, I rap, I make music, whatever the case may be. I want to know how much you charge for a record. He's like, yo, what's up? But then he looked at me up and down and was like, yeah, he turned his head. He was like, 5 bands. And when he said it, he just turned his head, but it like 5 bands. So I just looked at him. I was like, all right, cool. Well, I'll see you around and I'll go from there. But I felt disrespected. It was like, nigga, you can't afford that type of look. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, it was just that energy. And the girl I was with, she even knows. She like, why he moving like that? Why he gave off that energy? And I felt it, and I was like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I just kept pushing. I was like, yeah, all right, appreciate that. But I sit there to say, I felt like it was disrespectful. I felt like it was, I was just a transaction, and he was just judging me off of how I looked or anything. But neither here, more or less, I didn't take it personal. I knew that in this industry, that's how it is. And then, let's say if I was somebody that was just coming up or getting hot that he might have heard of, the conversation would have been different. He would have been on me, yo, what's good, my nigga? And I let it go because it's crazy how tables turn, right? Eventually off of the content, off of all of this and me blowing up and getting my viewers and getting followers and everything off of this, he'll see me or he'll even see this video and the conversations will be different. You know what I'm saying? And I saw that with artists like Dave East. Dave East just had a situation like that, and him and a producer was going back and forth. It's on Instagram and people were sharing it. The producer, don't quote me for it, but the producer had some beats that he had gave him, or he wanted, or Dave East was trying to get the beats from the producer when Dave East wasn't quote unquote a celebrity or whatever, and East was trying to rap on the beats and the producer was acting funny style and everything. But now tables turned where Dave East is at in his career now, and he ain't a big popular celebrity, but he a celebrity. So that guy was the same engineer, producer, trying to get him to do a verse or a song with his artist on his beats. And Dave East was like, told him like, nah, I respect you and all that. I still say what's up, but I'm not gonna do no verse on your for your artist or anything. Like, I'm not gonna do you that favor. You didn't do me that favor back then. And the engineer producer felt some type of way, like, yo, how you going? And Davy's like, yo, it's no rudeness, it's no nothing, you know, I'm just standing on, I'm not gonna do no beats for your artist. When I was coming up, you had that same energy for me, you know what I'm saying? And I ain't take it no type of way, I just kept it pushing, I kept it thorough. But I feel like that's the same thing with these industry dudes. It's the same thing with the Uncle Murders, bunch of other people. When the minute I get there, you see me there, it's the same thing. Yo, what's good, what's good? And I fucks with 50, you know what I'm saying? I fucks with Yayo, and I even fuck with Murda. I fuck with his music before then, I fuck with him now. I don't have no issues, I don't have no beef, I don't got no problems with none of them. I just saw how that shit was some fucked up shit. Like, just look at me, because I met Red Cafe. And I'll get into that on another story. When I met Red Cafe, it was all love. You know, when I asked for a verse, how much you charge for a verse, he said his price at the time, and it was all love. It wasn't no, like, you can't afford this type of energy. You know what I'm saying? So I just kept it like that. Solid, kept it peaceful. Shout out to Uncle Murda. You know, if y'all like this, like, share, subscribe, comment below. Let me know a time when you had felt disrespected by an artist or even by a person in general, and you felt like, nah, I gotta call that out, or I gotta say something, you know what I mean? Or you just may have kept it pushing and kept it to yourself. Let me know if you can relate, you know, leave it in the comments, and I'm gonna answer every comment. But make sure y'all like, share, subscribe, and I'll see y'all on the next one. This is Hip Hop Insight, this is HipHopSince9, we out.